Welcome to the Healthcare Foundation of LaPorte 2021 Grant Cycle 1 tutorial. I am Maria Fruth, HFL's President and CEO. It is our hope that this video will inform and facilitate your grant application. As you know, HFL strives to improve grant processes every year, and we thank you for your input. And as in prior grant cycles, please feel free to contact us with any of your questions. Please note some key dates for the 2021 Cycle 1 grants. On January 15th, Friday, the grant portal opens. On January 29th, if you're applying for a grant over $25,000, be aware the letters of inquiries must be submitted by that date via our grant portal. February 5th, all the LOIs will receive communication from HFL informing if their request qualifies for a grant proposal submission. The LOI avoid the grantee spending time and effort on a proposal that does not fit HFL's guidelines. It's a very simple form. On March 5th, the grant portal will close at 11:59 p.m. To see the entire timeline of communication and funding, please check our website. I would like to introduce Jessica Mace, our program officer. Jessica will walk you through the highlights of changes and improvements to our grant process and application.
For 2021 Cycle 1 grants, we have several items we'd like to highlight for applicants. To begin, HFL is accepting applications for strategic grants and responsive Healthy LaPorte grants. Strategic grants, as a reminder, address our strategic focus areas of healthy children, healthy living, and healthy minds. Responsive or Healthy LaPorte grants meet community health and wellness needs that fall outside of HFL's strategic focus areas and demonstrate a connection to HFL's mission and vision. For 2021 Cycle 1, we have updated our goals and indicators for our strategic focus areas. You can see these on our website. We have also streamlined our applications. This year we have 2 forms. We would like to highlight a Collaborate tool. Collaborate is a new feature that makes it easier for applicants to work with coworkers or organizational partners to create, review, and submit their application forms. And finally, the 2021 Cycle 1 application forms include some new questions and instructions to help you prepare your best grant application. Let's get started. To apply for a grant, you will need to log on to HFL's grant portal and go to the Apply page. To access our grant portal, go to our website and select Enter Grant Portal under Grants. So you do that here, Grants, Enter Grant Portal, and that will bring you to our logon page. If you're new to the grant portal and are not sure how to create an account or access the Apply page, we have tutorials available. You can see them here through these links. On the Apply page here, once you log in, you'll be brought to the Apply page. On this page, you will see our current grant opportunities. As I mentioned earlier, we have 2 applications. The first one is for grants over $25,000. That is located here, grants over $25,000. And the second one is for grants up to $25,000. So let's begin with the grants up to $25,000. You will use this application to apply for both strategic and responsive Healthy LaPorte grants of $25,000 and under. To begin your application, you click on Apply. So we go right over here, we click on Apply. That will bring you to the application form. The form has different sections, so we will walk through the sections. The first section is eligibility. This is just a question to make sure you are in the correct application form. So we are going to be requesting a grant that is under $25,000 You'll see, so here we're in the correct application form. So I say, yes, I'm in the correct application form. You will also see a second question regarding this video tutorial. Since you're watching it, you're also going to click yes here that you are watching the tutorial. That will bring you to the next set of questions. And this is one of our new features. So this question asks if you're using a collaborator. If you're going to be using a collaborator, you click yes here, and that will bring you to the collaborator information where you'll insert the information about the collaborator's email, their name, title, and organization if different from yours. If you'd like to learn more about how Collaborate works, you can watch a video tutorial by clicking this link, or you can read a written collaborator tutorial. The next section I would like to draw your attention to is under organizational information. So the first question is your mission statement. This is simply your mission statement. Here you will enter your mission statement. So as an example, for HFL, our mission is empowering our residents to live healthy and well in around LaPorte. We will enter that here. The second question is an organization summary. We're able to elaborate a bit more here about our primary strategies, programs, services, or other areas of work. So an example here of what we could write for HFL, I might enter Healthcare Foundation of LaPorte, HFL, is a nonprofit, private, independent foundation located in LaPorte, Indiana. HFL is dedicated to empowering our residents to live healthy and well in and around LaPorte to become one of Indiana's top 10 healthiest communities by 2030. So that's the difference between these two sections. The next section, if we scroll down, that I'd like to draw your attention to is the project program information. These two questions are some of the most important questions in the application. For the project program name, this is extremely important. This is how we identify your project and program in our system and also in the community. If you're applying for one of your organization's programs, you use that name here. If you're applying for a new project, simply enter a project name that is simple. It does not have to be creative. So if you've received, another important aspect is if you've received a grant in the past from HFL, you can, for the same project or program, just enter the same name here. So for example, let's say I'm applying for my organization's Active Parents program, and I applied last year, and I used the name Active Parents. This year, I can use the same name, just Active Parents. There's no reason to create a new name or otherwise try to differentiate the name from previous years. The project summary is also a very important element of your proposal or your application. This needs to summarize the results you hope to achieve in the community or with the target population you serve, as well as your approach to accomplish this aim. So for example, with my example of Active Parents, here I could type the following. The Active Parents program supports parents to be physically active every day. This program increases participating parents' physical activity through facilitating virtual support groups and providing fitness trackers. Active Parents participants will increase their average daily step count as part of developing an active lifestyle. For the next section, community impact, here is where you're going to identify your strategic focus if this is an application for a strategic grant. You can review here on our website our strategic focus areas. If you are applying for a Healthy LaPorte grant, then you're going to select Healthy LaPorte down here. Remember that Healthy LaPorte grants are our responsive grants, and you can review more about them on our website simply by clicking here. Let's say for my Active Parents project, I have already reviewed on the website and I am familiar that this is a healthy living, this project will contribute to healthy living. So I'm going to click Healthy Living here. This will open up for Healthy Living the different indicators. So I'm going to be identifying the community-wide indicators for Healthy Living that the Active Parents program is going to be contributing to make an impact. Please read the instructions here because you will see there's a couple key points. Number one, we would like you to review the indicator definitions. So you can do this by either going to our website or going to the Healthy Living dashboard on 10/20/30. So let's click here and check out the Healthy Living dashboard on 10/20/30. Here we are, and if I scroll down, I see for LaPorte County, here are our indicators. And if I click on the indicator, then I'm going to be brought to more information, including the definition. So I'm going to click on adults 20 plus who are sedentary. That is going to bring up here the name of the indicator as well as the definition. This indicator shows the percentage of adults ages 20 and up who did not participate in any leisure time activities. That's physical activities other than their regular job during the past month. If I scroll down, I can get additional information. But this is the definition right here. So with this definition, I'm going to go back to my application and I'm going to select that indicator. The second aspect here I'd like to point out is that we would like you to not select more than 3 indicators. Ideally, you're selecting 1 to 3 indicators that you anticipate your project or program will most significantly impact. So for my Active Parents project and program, I'm selecting adults who are sedentary. I may be influencing other indicators, but this is the one I am most significantly impacting right here. So I've selected that. The next section, project program description, you're going to see a lot of the same questions from previous applications. The one thing that I would like to point out here is that the project program activities and timeline question is now where you're going to elaborate on your partners that you might be working with on your project or program. So you're being asked to describe how staff, volunteers, and partner organizations are involved in project and program implementation. So be specific and only include the partners with a specific and meaningful role in the project or program. Here is this note here. You're going to be required to upload documentation in the form of a memorandum of understanding or an email from the partner organization agreeing to the collaboration. So once you describe your project or program activities, timeline, and how partners are involved, if any, then you come down here and you will upload a file that has the memorandum of understanding or email from partner organizations, and you can combine them all into one file. For the next section and the final section where I would like to highlight some changes is the project program performance measurement section. This section deals with how you will know if your project or program is working and contributing to community impact. And we have lots of information here, instructions to help you complete this section. So the first thing I'd like to highlight are the 2 definitions. A performance measure, we give the definition here, it's a measure of how well your project or program's working. And then second, a target is the desired level achievement for a performance measure. The first question we're going to answer, I'd also like to highlight right here. If you go here to our website, you're going to be able to see information and documents around results-based accountability. And we strongly suggest that you review this information prior to completing this section, as it will help you. So for target number of people served, this is the total number of people you plan to serve through the project or program in LaPorte County. So here we'd like you to report this number for LaPorte County in the unit of measure that your organization uses to track results. You're going to specify your unit of measure later below right here. So let's say that you track individuals. You're going to enter that number here. But maybe at your organization, you use families. So if you use families, you're going to put in the number of families that you're going to be, you plan to serve through the program. For my example of active parents, I'm going to put in 100 there. That's individuals. So I will be selecting individuals down here. The target number of people served, City of LaPorte, this is specifically for people that you plan to serve through the project or program that are residents of the City of LaPorte. So this is included in your total number. So of the 100 participants in the program, the Active Parents Program, I believe that roughly 30 of them are going to be residents of the City of LaPorte. So I'll enter that there. So these 30 are included in this 100 and they're individuals. The last aspect I'd like to highlight is that in this application, we're going to ask you to identify your performance measures for the how much did you do, how well did you do it, and is anybody ever off? Is anyone better off? Those are the 3 categories of results-based accountability performance measures. We're going to ask you to specify the performance measures in one area, and then the targets for those measures in a separate area. So here's an example. For the active parents, I have a couple of additional how much did you do performance measures that I will include here. I'm going to include them on separate lines. Number of virtual support group facilitators trained. That's my first. And then my second one is number of fitness trackers distributed. Those are additional how much did you do performance measures. My targets for this project and this grant period are, let's see, 6. I plan to train 6 virtual support group facilitators trained, and I plan to distribute 100 fitness trackers distributed to the parents that are participating. So that is an example of how to do your performance measures, list each one on a separate line, and then separately, you're going to, I need a space, you're going to list your targets in here. You'll do that for the additional how much, the how well, and is anybody better off? So at this point, that summarizes the key highlights of the application for grants up to $25,000. I'm going to go back to the apply page just by scrolling up. So if I'm going to submit this, the final thing I do is I submit my application. We're going to return to the apply page and take just a moment to look at the opportunity here for grants over $25,000. As Maria mentioned, grants over $25,000 require a letter of inquiry. So to apply for this opportunity, I click apply, and that will bring me to the application form, which at first is the LOI, the letter of inquiry. It has 2 sections. The first is the project program information section. And then the second section is the project program abstract and estimated funding request. You will complete those sections, and then you will click on Submit LOI. So that wraps up this aspect of our highlights for the 2021 Cycle 1 grant applications. Thank you for watching this video tutorial on key information and highlights for HFL's 2021 Cycle 1 grant applications. Remember that we are here to help you. If you have questions or you need assistance, please contact us. You can email us with your questions or even to set up a time to talk. Or you can simply pick up the phone and give us a call. We look forward to receiving your 2021 grant application.